So yesterday at church, I enjoyed the sermon. Mainly, it was because they talked about the story of Joseph. People who are not familiar with the Bible, Joseph, which is one of my favorite stories in the Bible. So I was really happy to hear that that sermon was about one of the books that spoke to me in times of need and hardship that I have had over the years. Joseph was a dreamer, and he had a good heart, but sometimes he spoke too much. And maybe because that resonated with me, because I will talk too much. Sometimes I will speak when I don't need to speak. Sometimes I share things that I don't need to share. I get it. And through that story, um, it was so many messages if you was willing to just see it with your heart and your mind and the things that you went through. Some of the things that I got from the book when they talk about Joseph and all the things that he went through. One, that sometimes you need to keep your mouth shut. Two, you can't share your dreams with everybody. Three, just because you're in a hard place, that does not mean that God did not it's not in his plan. Sometimes those hard places are for his glory. And even when you are in those hard places, every time Joseph got into a pit, he was saved. He had a ram in the bush, like my grandma used to say, that saved him. His brothers originally wanted to him, but one of his brothers said, no, let's just put him in the pit. And I remember when I was young, when I first read the story, I was upset that they sold him to slaves. But now as an adult, I understand it had to, for his dreams to become a realization. He had to go through that. Yes, God could have just edified him and put him in that position, but it was all for his glory to know. And that's the thing. A lot of times we don't realize that the things that we go through is not for us because we are, just naturally selfish people. It's for his glory. It is for his glory. Because if a lot of times if it was easy, we would get fooled to think that it was us. So I digress. So Joseph was in the pit. He got sold to slavery. He had the good luck, even in his slavery, to have a very important slave owner was nice to him until his wife, the slave owner's wife, lied on him, and then he was right back into a pit. But in that pit, God still gave him an opening. He had somebody that was feeding him and helping him, even when he was in that pit of sorrow, and he felt like God had forsaken him. But if he was not in that jail when Potiphar's wife lied on him, he would have never been able to interpret the dream to the king and become one of the most important people in that time, and to be able to bless his family, just like the original dream, which made those people mean. And I just got a revelation because sometimes the very people that you want to help are the very people that want to destroy you. And it confuses you. And a lot of times it makes you not understand. But this whole life that we live in, it is not for us. A lot of times we get so caught up in what we want and what we need and what we feel like we deserve, which we don't deserve anything when it comes to God's glory. Anyway, I just wanted to share that with you because it blessed me. So I don't know if anybody during the holidays feel like they're in the pit or things is not working out and they're not understanding it. Trust God. He ain't forsake you. And even though I have a lot of dreams that has not come to fruition, I look back over my life, and a lot of times when I was in pit situations, he pulled me. He gave me what I needed, even when I was in tough situations. I did not perish. I was not destroyed. A lot of times when I was in my pit, he was edifying me to get to another level. And I'm excited to see where else God is going to put me, because I trust him. And he wants you to trust him too. So I know it's a holiday season and things might not be going your way. Your family might be acting crazy. Your boo might be acting crazy. Or your friends might be acting crazy. But trust that God got it. And I'm so happy that I was able to hear that sermon, because like I said again, I love that book. That's one of the stories that has kept me, and I enjoy and I understand it. So I love y'all and happy holidays.